Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Dana DeGrazia's Not Graceful. Keep getting great feedback. Thank you so much for the responses. Mean a lot to me. This video, highly requested. I didn't super want to do it just because it's like a huge throwback. You kind of have to have been like following me for a while. But a lot of people come up to me and ask this, especially ever since I joined Let's Talk. So here it is. This video is finally going to answer the question of why I left Nairobi Diaries. So for those of you who don't know, or if you're watching outside of Kenya, Nairobi Diaries, I'm not even sure if it's still on anymore, but it was a reality show, sort of like a love and hip hop kind of thing, based in Kenya. And it was like first of its kind, super cool, kind of got ratchet at it as it went on. I'm just gonna be real, but oh, sorry, my cat's messing with my things. But long story short, I was on season 3. That was like my first taste of being on TV regularly. You know, it was good exposure, cool experience kind of thing. How many people can say that, you know, they were on a reality TV show? But I left after, sorry, my mic. I left after 1 season. There's a few reasons why I did that. The first one being, I have no hard feelings against the network, against the channel, against anyone, against the producers, you know. But long story short, one of the issues with me being on the show, ironically enough, was it was said that me being white, I couldn't really relate to the average Kenyan, so I wasn't a good fit for the show kind of thing. I personally found it kind of ironic because I feel like the show is a loose concept of shows that exist in the West. I understand, however, the idea that like I won't be able to relate to Kenyans. Maybe that's so. At that point, I was in Kenya for like 5 or 6 years, you know. So I had been here for a long enough time, but you know, it's their call kind of thing. I do believe that I've gone to a better show with, you know, like better as in for me and my brand and what I like doing. Not saying that the show is like super bad or judging like the production value of the show. It's just like that show is a specific kind of show and Let's Talk is a specific kind of show, and they're 2 different kinds of specifics, let's say that. So yeah, it was said to me that I wouldn't be able to relate to Kenyans, so I wasn't invited back for another season. I think it's ironic as to how they've branched out and how there have been people who are like not black Kenyans been on the show. But I'll thank Nairobi Diaries. I will thank K24 for being, it's on K24, yeah? It's been a while. Just for being a good launching pad, you know? That was my first taste of regularly being on TV, and it was a cool experience. Like I said before, I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy I kind of got out when I did, like just happy that I didn't stay on and sort of continue into how far the show has gone, just because a lot of people are, you know, it's gone pretty far. Things have gotten pretty wild. Again, that's sort of up for interpretation. You never know how somebody's wild may not be somebody's normal. You never really know. But I just wanted to answer that question because a lot of people have asked it. So being told that, feeling like I wasn't the best fit for it, feeling like I wanted to grow sort of past that show, because if you notice, a lot of people that have used that show or have been on that show use it in such a way where it develops their brand, or at least that's how it should be used. Look at one of the most famous women that have ever come from reality TV, Cardi B, go her. You know, she came from a reality TV show and now she's huge. So I feel like that's how reality TV is supposed to be used. You know, it's supposed to be utilized as a launching pad, as a as a sounding board for how people are going to react to you. Keep in mind though, and maybe this is turning into a little bit of like an advice video, please don't think that appearing on one show is going to be like a big break kind of thing. Like, y'all, it takes years to be an overnight success. You hear these stories and you feel like people just came on the scene sweeping everything, but it took months and years and a lot of hard work to develop into that brand. So just keep that in mind, that like, even if you make one appearance on one show, or even like me, being on one season of something didn't immediately launch me into a TV career, you know, it really just gave me a taste. I actually was off of TV for like 1.5 to 2 years after Nairobi Diaries. You know, I graduated from university. I then went home for a long time, like 4 months or something, for my sister's wedding. And then when I came back is when I immediately got the job at eBrew. So it's not like for that length of time I was like on TV and really out here hustling and doing all that things, you know. I had other things that I wanted to accomplish first. So just know that like there's no real overnight success story. There isn't no famous in a day thing. Like, this is not, unfortunately, how it works. I know people make it look like that just because people only post the success stories. You know, people are only posting what, you know, the peak of what they're experiencing. You know, people don't really post the hustle aspect. People don't post the behind the scenes things. So just remember that there's always a behind the scenes, there's always work that went into it, and there's always development of one's craft, you know. Like, even if you want to believe that people are born with it, I can be born a fantastic singer and I'll still need to understand how to sing and the mechanics behind something. Same thing with art. I know plenty of amazing painters and, you know, sculptors and all these things, but you have to practice and you have to understand sort of the creative medium that you're using. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I hope I've officially answered the question of why I left Nairobi Diaries. Unfortunately, there's not much more scandalous answer to it. I guess I can really just be thankful from where I come from to where I am now. And so if you're out there trying to get famous, trying to get big, you know, fuck it up, buttercup. Just go forth and prosper. I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.